Another installment, 4 dinners under 20 bucks here on Cooking with Styles. We made a beef stew, but this isn't Dinty Moore. Nothing wrong with that, but this you're making at home, and it has got all the right ingredients. Let's get cooking with Styles. Putting this stew together is really just a progression. We're going to start out with our meat. This is stew meat. Now, I was looking to get chuck, but man, it's expensive right now. And the stew meat was actually $5.99 a pound as opposed to $8.99 a pound. We're gonna put a little oil in the pan here, about 1/4 cup. And this is nice and hot. You'll hear what I'm talking about when I put this in. And we're gonna cook this meat first. Season it with a little salt and a pinch of pepper, and we'll let that start to caramelize. It's been about 3 to 4 minutes. Let's give this little meat a turn here. You'll see the caramelizing taking place. Give it about another 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll be ready to do the next step. This is a progression, so let's take the meat out because we're gonna put in our vegetables. And for the most part, we got a nice caramelization on this meat here, and you can see the remnants in the bottom. And that rendering is going to be really good. That's what's going to make this an excellent beef stock. So I've got onions, carrots, and celery. We're going to drop those in. Give them a little stir. We're going to let those saute for about 3 to 4 minutes. Coming into the home stretch, we're going to put the meat back in with all the drippings from that. We're going to take our garlic and put it in. We don't want to overcook and brown the garlic. We want it nice and tender. And to this, now we're going to add about 1/3 cup of flour. We're going to mix that all in, let that flour brown up just a little bit, and that's going to thicken our sauce and give it a nice color. We'll let that cook for another couple minutes. All right, now let's get the liquid in there. I'm going to put in some red wine. You don't have to. I just like to do it because it adds a little bit of depth to this. If you don't put in that 1 cup of red wine, make sure you add an extra cup of the beef broth, which is what we've got there. We're going to give this a nice stir. This is going to start to deglaze that whole bottom, and the flour is going to make it thicken up a little bit. We're going to take 1/2 cup of tomato paste, put that in. That'll be really nice, give it a nice depth. And I've got these potatoes here, but we're not going to put them in now. Those are going to go in a 1/2 hour before we serve it because we don't want them to get mushy. For seasoning, we're going to add bay leaf and thyme. We're going to mix this all around, give it a nice stir so we pull up some of those drippings on the bottom. Get that tomato sauce or tomato paste mixed in. We'll get this to a boil, and then we will put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 1.5 hours. So let's look under the hood here. I think we are ready. The potatoes went in about a 1/2 hour, 45 minutes ago. A nice thick gravy there for our stew. Let's go plate it up. One last final step. Put the parsley in at the very end because we want all the essence of that to get into the beef stew. And it'll add a little bit of color and everything. And now we're not going to try to fish out those bay leaves or the thyme stems, but just keep that in mind that those are in there. So when you go to serve it up, you let your guests know. Let's get this in there, looking pretty good. Oh man, if you could smell this, it is just unreal. And then what I love to do is have a nice loaf of bread that you've warmed up in the oven, nice and crusty bread. And then you serve this up like so. That's for dipping, maybe a little butter on that. So this beef stew all came together. We used economy cuts of meat, cooked it a little bit longer to get the price down under 20 bucks. But I got to tell you, all the flavor is in there with lots of vegetables. It is a great way to go. A wonderful, wintertime dish, but also great year round. So Cooking with Styles, under 20 bucks, 4 people, you can't beat it. If you like this recipe and more, go to our website, cbsa.com. This one I'm going to say dig in.